Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm really excited about what we have planned today.
I'm Tom. Today, we're going to talk about something that almost every English learner struggles with.
It's listening. Not just any listening, real listening.
The kind of listening where you understand English without subtitles. Now, maybe you watch films in English.
Maybe you enjoy TV shows or YouTube videos.
And maybe you always put on subtitles because you are afraid you will not understand.
Subtitles help you. They feel safe. When you read subtitles, your eyes do the work, not your ears. You think you are listening, but really, you are reading. And then when you turn the subtitles off, you feel lost. You say, "I don't understand anything." This is why many learners never improve their listening. They depend on subtitles. Subtitles become like a crutch, something you cannot walk without.
Today, I want to show you a new way, a better way, a way to train your ears and your brain so you can understand English naturally without reading.
So let me ask you, what if I told you that there is a secret, a simple secret that most learners miss?
It is not about memorizing more words. It is not about listening for 10 hours a day.
It is about how you listen. It is about training your brain step by step until English sounds clear.
Until English feels natural. This is what we will explore together.
Alright, the first step is to choose the right kind of material.
This sounds simple, but many learners make a mistake here. They choose something that is far too difficult.
They turn on the news in English. The news is very fast.
The speakers talk quickly, or learners choose a complicated movie, a difficult movie.
The actors speak fast. They use slang. They use jokes. And sometimes the sound is not clear.
When learners listen to these things, they often feel sad. They feel disappointed.
They say, my English is bad. I cannot understand anything, but let me tell you something, this is not your fault.
It is not because you are bad at English. It is not because you cannot learn. It is simply the wrong choice. The problem is not you. The problem is the material. If you try to climb a very high mountain on your first day, of course you will fall. But if you start with a small hill, you can walk, you can climb, and you can succeed.
Listening is the same. At the beginning, you need what I call high context English.
Okay, what does this mean?
Well, high context means that you can understand the situation, the action, and the meaning, even when you do not understand every single word.
You do not feel lost. You can guess what is happening.
Let me give you an example. Imagine you are watching a children's cartoon in English.
In the cartoon, the characters move a lot. The pictures show you the story.
A child wakes up, washes his face, eats breakfast, and goes to school. The pictures help you understand, even if you do not catch all the words.
You see the action, you hear the words, and your brain connects them together so you understand.
Another example is a simple story podcast for learners. The narrator speaks slowly. The sentences are short. The story is about daily life. I brush my teeth. I eat breakfast. I go to school. These are actions you already know. These are routines you live every day because you know them. Your brain can guess the meaning, even when you do not hear every sound clearly.
This is high context listening. High context listening is powerful because it gives you confidence.
You do not feel like you are drowning in the middle of a big ocean of English words. You feel like you are standing in shallow water. The water is safe. You can swim a little.
You can move, you can practice, and when you feel stronger, you can go deeper.
It is the same with listening at the beginning. Choose simple, high-context material.
A cartoon, a story, a short podcast, something clear, something predictable. When you do this, your brain learns to connect sound with meaning.
Your ears become stronger, and day by day, little by little, you will be ready for more difficult listening.
Okay, let's move to the next step. This step is about how you listen.
Many learners press, play, listen once, and then stop.
They say, I don't understand. They feel frustrated and they give up, but listening only once is not enough.
Your brain needs more time. Your ears need more training.
That's why I use something I call the 3 listen rule. Okay? The 3 listen rule. And in time. In time. The 3 listen rule is very simple, but it's very powerful. It means that you listen to the same thing 3 times. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And each time you listen, you have a different goal. The first listen is for gist.
Gist means the big picture, the overall meaning.
You're not trying to understand every single word. You're not trying to catch every sound.
You are only asking yourself, what is this about? That's all. For example, you listen to a short story. You may not understand all the words, but you understand that it is about travel. Or maybe that's enough. You got the gist. You got the big picture.
The second listen is different. Now you listen for key phrases.
A key phrase is a group of words that gives meaning. A key phrase is often repeated. A key phrase is often important in the story. For example, you may hear the phrase, I woke up early.
You may hear, I went to the shop. You may hear, I felt tired.
When you listen the second time, you begin to notice these phrases. They start to sound familiar. You begin to remember how they sound together, not just as a single word.
The third listen is for details. Details are the small pieces of information.
Maybe you hear that the person woke up at 7 o'clock. Maybe you hear that they bought 3 apples.
Maybe you hear that it was raining. These are details. When you listen the third time, you do not worry if you miss some words, but you try to notice a few of these details.
They make the story more clear. They make the meaning richer.
So you see, the 3 listen rule is like looking at a picture. The first time you stand far away, you see the big shape. The second time you come closer, you see the lines, the patterns. The third time you stand very close, you see the small colors, the small objects.
Together, all 3 views give you a full picture. It is the same with listening. The first listen gives you the gist. The second listen gives you the phrases.
The third, listen, gives you the details. Okay, now let's talk about something that makes many learners worried.
It is the idea that they must understand every single word. Many learners think, if I don't understand all the words, then I understand nothing.
They panic when they miss a word. They stop listening. They feel like a failure.
But let me tell you a secret. Even native speakers do not understand every word all the time.
Yeah, that is true. Imagine 2 native speakers are talking, and one person uses a new word, maybe a difficult technical word. The other person does not know it. But do they stop and say, "Oh no, I cannot understand English"?
They just keep listening. They focus on the meaning.
They understand from the other words, from the situation, from the context, what that word means.
This is what you must do too. Real listening is not about catching 100% of the words.
Real listening is about catching the message. It is about understanding the story, even if a few words are missing.
Let me give you an example. Imagine a friend says, "Hey, do you want to grab a coffee later?"
Maybe you don't understand the word grab, right? That's okay.
You hear coffee, you hear later, you hear the question sound in their voice, and you understand this person wants to drink coffee with me.
That is the meaning, and that's enough. This is how listening works in real life.
You pick up the important words, you connect them to the situation, your brain fills the gaps, and step by step, your understanding grows.
So tell yourself this: I do not need every word. I need the message.
This is the way to build real listening confidence. So now, let's put all of this into action.
How can you practice every day? First, choose something simple. Do not choose a long, difficult movie. Choose a short podcast.
Choose a simple video, something with a clear topic.
Second, listen without subtitles. This is the most important part.
Do not let your eyes do the work. Trust your ears. Use the 3 listen rule first. Listen for the gist, the big idea. Then listen again for phrases, the expressions that repeat. Then listen one more time for details.
The small pieces of information. Here you can use subtitles, okay? You can check the words and expressions you didn't catch.
So repeat this every day, even 10 minutes is enough.
The secret is not listening once a week. The secret is daily practice.
Every day your brain learns a little more. Every day your ears get stronger.
Uphill thought that my class said. Thank you so much for joining me today on English Unleashed.
I'm Tom, and until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. See you later, everyone. It was great connecting with you all. Bye.